Hello and welcome. I'm so excited to have Deb Coviello with me today. Deb is known as the Drop In CEO, a leadership consultant, speaker, and author with a powerful mission to help leaders stop chasing results and start pursuing peace of mind. She's the author of the CEO's Compass and the new CEO Playbook, host of the globally ranked Drop In CEO podcast, and a trusted advisor to executives looking to lead with clarity, calm, and purpose, especially during times of crisis or chaos. Deb, welcome. I'm so glad you're here with us today.
Shannon, I'm delighted as well. I just really appreciate the opportunity to share some of my insights and stories with you and your audience.
Yes. So you have a message of stop chasing results and start pursuing peace of mind that really hits home, especially for our target audience of these working moms. So, what inspired that shift in your own journey?
Yeah, thank you for that. So the story was again, I was in a corporate role. Again, I love corporate. They afford you a lot of opportunities and a lot of headaches. And so
Yes.
my region, my area of responsibility was actually a little bit in trouble. I had to put out a presentation and tell my global colleagues what was I going to do to get particular results. And yes, you can do point A, point B, project C, project Z, and that's what everybody else does. But I said, that's what everybody else is doing. And I said, something's got to change. And so I went to this global meeting realizing I had to change. I had to change my mindset, and I realized I needed a different leadership style to unleash the potential of my team and help them to get to a place of struggling less, having more balance. And ultimately, we would get the results, not just results, but sustainable and peace of mind. And so I went to this meeting, I delivered the presentation. I was so proud of it because I had these new insights. My leadership said that was very nice, Deb, but you didn't spend enough time on focusing on the results that you were going to get. And when I met with my colleagues afterwards, they said, Deb, we really love what you said. We need more leaders like you that think about the bigger picture, achieving peace of mind by unleashing the potential of your team. And so it became clear to me I no longer fit in that environment. And that really, when we close the gaps in people's confidence and their capability, they will achieve amazing results sustainably. And we as moms, we as whatever, we can step back and be confident that we've done our job, and that's peace of mind, whether it's in the workplace or in raising a family.
Yes, I love that peace of mind. So, I assume that would be one of the mindset and the big mistakes that you hear from women that you work with or talk to.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. It's the way we're celebrated and trained. We get good grades in school, at a
Yeah.
girl. We do well at our job. We get those raises or we get those job opportunities. So we are rewarded. The system rewards us for getting a particular result or a sale or a purchase order or we reduced the amount of time and money on a particular project. That's how we are rewarded, and also how we get our bonuses and our merit increases. They don't teach us to say, hold on, go a little slower, figure out a better strategy. So we fix the systems and the conditions we work in so we don't have a roller coaster effect, and build
Right.
a strategy for sustainable peace of mind. They don't talk about that. And that's where I realized I, like the ladies and the people in your community, it was a rat race. I was
Yes.
working hard. I was working long. And by the way, got to have food on the table, coordinate with the babysitter and the partner and all of that to make sure it all works. And it's a rat race. And again, given time and space and a little bit more maturity, I realize need to slow down a little bit and just what are the best things we can do for our people and our family to achieve peace of mind. And again, it takes a while. Don't feel bad if you aren't there yet, but just know there is a different way, a different mindset that you can adopt and slowly get to a closer sense of calm and peace.
So, I mean, we have a lot of working moms and
Yeah.
they're feeling exactly what you just described, like the rat race, the burnout. How what steps can they take now to reclaim that clarity and direction that they're wanting and getting that peace of mind?
I mean, I'm sure you do this, but a little bit is taking a little bit of time for yourself, just a little bit of pause. If the kids are going with a relative to a baseball game or something, maybe don't try to fit in that extra load of laundry or that food prep. I know it's hard. I really know it's hard, but
Yes.
say, what can I do with these 2 hours? Is there a podcast I can listen to? Can I take inventory of all the things that I'm doing and not doing? and kind of qualify, are the things that you're not doing that important, or is there somebody you can get to do them? Maybe the kids fold their own laundry. And then, of the things that you say, I got to do you really got to do all of it? And I know it's hard to let go, but just say what I don't need to do. And gosh, I really like to get in 3 walks a week just so I can clear my mind. It really does start with you building almost your own business at home. What can I pull away and gain a little bit of a time? And can I spend 30 minutes a week, just 30 minutes a week, and say, okay, I think I need to take that educational course, or I do want to renew my certification, or I'd like to take that effective online speaking webinar. Invest in yourself because nobody else will. You have to be disciplined enough to just parse it out 30 minutes, an hour a week. It's hard, but the sooner we start moving forward just a little bit, you look back in 6 months from now and say, oh my God, I actually took 3 courses and I'm certified as an effective communicator. And you're going to reward yourself and just be so proud of yourself. Take the time to invest in yourself.
And do it without guilt.
I
Because,
know
like you
it's so
said,
hard. I
it
still
is
have the
so
problem.
hard. It is so hard. But, like you said, 6 months down the road, you may have this certification that then you're going to look at back and be so proud of yourself. So, to do it
I know.
without that guilt is, I think, a really important piece, too.
I mean, we as women have to pat ourselves on the back. We do try to do it all. And mind you, whoever our partner in crime is that shares those responsibilities is also trying to do
Yep.
what's best for the family and for the careers. But can we just be kind and gracious to ourselves a little bit? Just take a little bit back. Maybe that laundry sits there for 3 days. It's hard, but we're not judged. At the end of the day, our children are going to look at us and say, did mom and dad spend enough time with us? Were we at that baseball game? Hey, mom just ran a 5K race. They're
Right.
going to be proud of those moments, and not remember that we didn't get the laundry done as soon as it came out.
Exactly, exactly. So you have worked with a lot of different leaders. Have you noticed something that separates the high performer ones from those who may be struggling to thrive in business?
Yeah, yeah, high performers is knowing what you really need to do and what can you let slide, and that is so hard. So, I mean, when we look at all that we do at work, we want to be on top of everything. We want to get our meeting minutes out. We want to be able to, I don't know, just go the extra mile. And I find that at the end of the day, if you stop doing a couple things, what people notice, uh, stop aiming for perfection, but just have a good message when you show up to the meeting versus everything. Depends on the environment. Sometimes you're critiqued for perfection, but just know you're good enough. You are good enough. You are smart. You have been highly successful. And sometimes we have to be kind to us to say, do I just need to get this presentation 80%? Because when we get to the meeting, we're going to actually pick it apart and evolve it together. Perfection is not what's going to get you ahead, but how do you collaborate and think and help facilitate conversation? Again, as women, we're good at that. So maybe
Mhm.
shift your energy to one of collaboration to get the team to perfection, not put all the weight on yourself. That's a piece of advice that I think would be helpful.
I love that. I love collaborating because we don't have to do it all. That's why you have a team.
I know.
And so they can help out. Like we have to remember that.
Yeah, it's just one of those things again, depending on what generation you are or, how we were praised, being that good girl, being the responsible one, making it, getting that second degree. I mean, and oh gosh, you're having a family. You look like you have it all. But I will tell a quick story. I was in a
Yes.
place of transition. I'm at a mom's event. The kids were getting together and we were just eating. And I asked her, I said, you see me come into our gatherings with our kids. I need some honest feedback. How do you see me? And she says, well, I get a sense that you're really busy and you got a lot going on. I said, but she said to me, but you're not present. And that really took me back, realizing I'm physically there, but the brain is going a mile a minute and not remembering somebody told me this, the color of their eyes, or what are they doing? I'm always just look like I'm going, going, going. And you know what? That was kind of a wake up call that I need to slow down a bit, even though I got so much to do, but it did shift my energy. Well, where do I need to spend time on my business, on my career, on the laundry? I'm going to keep bringing that up, but also a
Laundry is a
little bit.
huge part of
I know.
life.
But it's also these friendships because obviously when the kids get older and maybe they go away to school, all we have left is our family and our friends and our community. And maybe invest a little bit in that now. So when you look around the room, you have a few people that got your back. So
Right. I love that. I love that because you're right. I mean, our kids are only with us for a short amount of time,
Yeah.
and then we need that community because even in hard times, you need your community, your friends to be there to love and support on you. So, I think that's great advice. So, what happens with these? So, we have listeners that maybe they're like struggling right now. Maybe they haven't been able to get a promotion or a raise in their job and they're just feeling lost. Do you have any advice for them?
Well, don't do it alone. Find a trusted colleague. And by the way, they may not even be in your department. I actually used to go to somebody in HR versus I was in operations and manufacturing because she was just a deep listener and she could see me for who I was without being directly involved into the day to day. And when we talked, she reflected back to me what she saw. She talked to me about presence. Presence. I'd never learned anything about presence. I said, is that a new hairstyle, a new wardrobe? Do I need to look like I've got that $300, $500 suit and all buttoned up? And she says, no. And that piece of advice, what she says is presence is being able to know what you stand for. That when you show up for a meeting, there's always two or three things that Deb is the champion of mitigating risk and being a partner with customers. They just know who you are and they know what you stand for. And obviously a little bit of consistency of how you speak and you dress the part, not expensive clothes, but be incongruent with what you're thinking and be able to speak up. That was the best piece of advice I got. And I would not have gotten that from colleagues and not my boss and maybe not my family. And so if you can, I suggest find somebody that can see your gifts and shine a light on them and then give you honest feedback about what they think you might need to add to what you already do well in order to be able to enhance your communication, your presence, being seen, heard, and respected. Or and I know a lot of you don't invest, but think about a coach.
Mhm.
Contact Shannon, contact me, because we can see you for all, I'll just use the word the beauty of what you have to offer. So you can recognize it and just kind of build up that confidence a little bit. And a couple tips around better communication, self advocacy, etc. So get help, get some support that you need. You deserve it.
I love that because it's like your kids at school. You know, the teacher sees your kids differently and sees different strengths in them than you may at home. And so it's kind of the same thing of getting that colleague because they have a different perspective that your family has. And so because they see you in your work environment and they can then help influence or encourage you in ways that your family's going to be there supporting you no matter what, like 100% behind you. But then they see you and say, hey, make these small little tweaks or maybe make this bigger
Small.
tweak.
Yeah.
And they have your back. They have your back. So I love that advice.
I mean, even now, I've put in my years, and I still got family around me. My daughter's still at home, but I even have a coach now, even after so many years in business. And I'm going to a conference, I'm speaking,
Nice.
and she says, just go and have fun, be present. Make sure you remember their eye color to show that you're deeply listening to them and present, because ultimately we're trying to build deeper relationships and maybe be in service to them. So again, um, get some support, find community, somebody's objective and truly cares about you. And you're right, you're not broken.
No.
Little things, communication, presence, self advocating, you'll be able to get what you want. It's a matter of that confidence and just asking,
Yes, I
starting
love
now.
it. Present seems to be a big thing in that
It is.
today. And I love that. I love that. So, Deb, where can our listeners connect with you?
So, Shannon, first of all, I just want to say thank you for engaging this conversation.
Yeah.
I am so excited about the work you do in service to so many high performing moms. Just know they don't have to do it themselves. This podcast is a great place. But to reach out to me, my brand is the Drop In CEO. So go to my website, dropinceo.com, and go to my contact page or go to my products page. You'll see my podcast. Or if you just have a question or a free chapter of my book, again, dropinceo.com. You can learn more about me, my products, or let's just have a conversation. I'd love to connect with you or maybe a free offer. So, Shannon, this was great. I so appreciate you.
Definitely. Definitely. And I will add that to the show notes. So I love to leave my listeners with one action step. So as we wrap up, what is one belief about leadership or success that you would love every working mom that's listening right now to rewrite for herself?
So, do not Fear of failure. When you advocate for yourself and ask for a promotion, a new role, whatever it might be, err on the side of you might actually be successful versus not having the confidence for fear of failure. Because I have found in my career, 80 plus percent of the time, when I explain what I want and why I want it and the value that I provide, I get what I want. And so think about the opportunity, the possibility of success versus failure.
I love that. I love that. Well, thank you so much, Deb, for being here. I've really enjoyed this conversation today.
Thank you so much.